welcome back to my channel. I am Darian, and today I wanted to do a video on some fall fragrances that I'm excited about wearing and that I've already been going to. I recently went ahead and did a little bit of a shift in my perfume collection, so I kind of pushed those summery fragrances back and brought my fall fragrances to the front. And these fragrances just stood out to me. So I'm going to be sharing with you 6 fragrances that I have in my collection that I've already started to gravitate to and go to, and that I for sure know I will continue to be wearing throughout this season. So let's go ahead and jump into the fall fragrances that I am excited to be wearing this year. So number 1 is Black Opium Eau de Parfum over Red. So this one is pretty new for me. I went in the store and I smelled it, and on the spot I was like, I want to get this fragrance. Immediately upon me smelling it, I just felt like this would be the perfect night out fragrance because it's so rich, and to me it's very cozy, although it is a cherry scent. I have not in the past been very big on cherry scents, but this one smells so good. The thing that I think of whenever I spray this perfume is a jar of that cherry syrup with the cherries in it. I just think of that whenever I spray this fragrance, but it doesn't smell so sweet to where it's just like very childlike. It's actually, to me, very mature with the other notes that are in it. This fragrance, I believe, is a fragrance that you can wear at any season, but for some reason, because of the cozy feeling that it gives me, I think of fall and winter. Actually, when I sprayed this fragrance in store, I felt like this would be the perfect holiday fragrance. So I was so excited to get it. And then when I got home, I wanted to test it out a little bit and make sure, that I really liked it. Although I liked it in store, there have been some fragrances I've purchased and got home and was like, I don't remember it smelling like this. But this one stayed true to what it smelled like in store, and I loved it. Since I have picked up this fragrance, it has been my go-to. I have actually been layering it with another fragrance that I'm going to show you shortly, and I love the combination together. Definitely for me, it gives fall, definitely gives cozy, definitely gives the perfect night out fragrance, but I've been wearing it in the daytime and it hasn't been too much. It is one of those gourmand fragrances. I love gourmands. It is pretty sweet. It's very sweet actually, but I feel like with it being very sweet, it also has that mature aspect to it. So I feel like it makes it that perfect fragrance, that perfect perfume, and I have found so far that it is pretty easy to layer with some other similar like fragrances or fragrances that have other cozy like notes. So on Sephora, it describes the fragrance family as warm and spicy, the scent type as warm and sweet gourmands. Absolutely agree. And the key notes are cherry accord, coffee accord, and vanilla infusion. This one I do not regret purchasing, and this is one of those fragrances that I bought on the spot and it stayed true to what I remember smelling in store. So really love it. Again, this has been my go-to, and I just feel like it's something it's not super mysterious to me when I smell it, although I feel like the bottle kind of gives like this mysterious, grown, sexy, mature kind of vibe. But honestly, whenever I spray it on, it smells so good and sweet, and does have a mature aspect, but it's not like overly mature or overdone. Okay, you guys, so let's get into fragrance number 2. So this one is pretty new for me. I actually bought this for my birthday. So I've had this a couple of months, but I just was not feeling a more cozier scent during the summertime, and I knew I would like this. I knew I wanted it. I just wanted it for the now season. So now that it is fall time, I absolutely have pulled this to the front and I have started using this one a bit. This is Mancera's Amore Cafe, and I just feel like this is the perfect fall time fragrance. During the fall time, the fragrances that I love is like a very decadent vanilla. I love those coffee scents, those cafe-like scents that just take you back or just make you feel like you're having a nice cup of coffee. Those are the type of fragrances that I love to gravitate towards in the fall and winter time. So with Amore Cafe, immediately I do sense and smell that coffee-like nature of the fragrance. But an interesting thing about this fragrance on me is that I feel like it has a little bit of powderiness to it. I personally am not someone who naturally gravitates to a lot of powdery fragrances, but I can say with this fragrance, it's just something so intriguing about the cafe coffee aspect of it and then that powderiness. Another thing I like about this fragrance is that I found it easy to layer with other fragrances, especially another fragrance that may be a little stronger, because this fragrance, although it does have scent power, is not super strong. So I feel like this is one that would not be very offensive or overbearing. I do feel that Black Opium over Red does have a little bit more of that strength in the fragrance, which I love that for that scent. I just feel like Amore Cafe is more of one of those light, airy, cozy scents that you would probably feel more comfortable out in the day. You know, just wearing that fragrance, not really feeling like you were offending a lot of people. If I was working amongst people in an office and I didn't want to offend them, I feel like Amore Cafe would be one of those nice fragrances to wear, especially in this season, because it is not so offensive in my opinion, but it definitely does still give you that gourmand feel. It definitely does still have that fall-like aspect to the scent. And I love it. It's one of those ones that I've been gravitating to. And the interesting thing about it is I have some other fragrances that give that coffee cafe type of feel, but they're a little bit stronger. Some may be a lot stronger, but this is not overbearing to me at all. I feel like it's lightweight, but it still has power in the scent. It's like the perfect balance. It's not too strong, but it's not too light. So I feel like it's like the perfect everyday scent if you are somebody who likes that gourmand type of feel. And I feel like the powderiness of it adds some class to it. Okay, so the head notes for Amore Cafe is black coffee and amaretto liquor. The heart notes are vanilla ice cream and a hint of speculoos. And the base notes are vanilla pods, brown sugar, and gray amber. So this fragrance to me is something that I would consider rich. It's just not overly rich in my opinion. I feel like the sweetness is balanced, and this is definitely a fragrance that I feel like you're a gourmand lover, but you're looking for something that's just not too much to wear for an everyday basis. I feel like this is the perfect go-to. I do have another Mancera fragrance, and I absolutely love that one. And I've noticed that one actually to me seems a little bit stronger. So in my opinion, I feel like this one it's not too much. All right, you guys, so let's go into scent number 3. This one is actually really fun. I have not used this a lot, but I have found it fun to just whip out on random occasions. And this is from Le Monde Gourmand, My Soufflé. And I just love the fact that this is so different. This fragrance, whenever I spray it, it starts off smelling like popcorn, like legit buttery popcorn. And then as it dries down, it becomes the most beautiful apple-like scent. And I have never experienced a fragrance that has done such a dramatic transition. So I love this one for that aspect. This is one that I like to layer also when it comes to other fragrances, and I just feel like this is very cute. This one also I would say is the most affordable out of the ones that I'm showing you. I want to say I paid $25 for this fragrance, and I bought it on a whim, so I didn't really know if I would like it. I just wanted to give it a try, and I am absolutely excited to have this fragrance in my collection. I just feel like it's fun. This is one of those fragrances that you have that you can pull out, spray on a random day and go. I will say that this is a little more lightweight than some of my other fragrances, but I feel like the size that I have is pretty small, and I feel like it's just something that you can travel with. It's not something that I feel like would be a bother to have with you on the go. It definitely gives that carnival type of feel, and it's definitely one of those fun ones. I know popcorn and apples may sound extremely drastic compared to each other as far as notes, but it's just something beautiful about what that fragrance does. So it didn't pull up on Le Monde Gourmand's website, but I do see on Amazon that it says that it's still in stock with other sellers. So if you want to give it a try, maybe you can check that way. But as far as the notes of it, it says crispy apple, popcorn, accord, and whipped butter. So I just love that scent, and I just feel that it's fun to have for the fall time to kind of mix things up and layer other fragrances with. Okay guys, let's get into fragrance number 4. This is Mont Paris Sensual Instinct. I really love this fragrance. I feel like this fragrance is absolutely one of those fragrances that has a lot of depth to it. This fragrance is one of those fragrances that's really good, but it's kind of hard to, like, I guess, fully describe it. It definitely has mystery to it. It definitely is one of those fragrances that I would say has some sophistication to it. I absolutely would say that it has a little bit of that cozy feel to it. And it's definitely one of those fragrances that has a little bit of that sexiness to it. Like, it's very mysterious, but good. It has that sweetness to it, but I can't really fully pinpoint what's in it. It's just one of those fragrances like that, but I know it's good. To me, Sensual Instinct is one of those fragrances that I would gravitate to more so on a night out because of the mystery and how it makes me feel. This is a fragrance that I feel like I want to get dressed up in and then put this on and then go out on the town. This is not a fragrance that I jump to and put on during the day because of, I guess, the way this fragrance makes me feel. This is not like my go-to to just jump and go to the mall or just go somewhere like that. This is a very thought out fragrance that I would pair with a more mature event. I just see that fragrance as one of those fragrances as something that you keep in your collection for those special events or for a nice night out. Whenever I look at that fragrance in my collection, it just feels more special to me than just like my everyday fragrance that I'll pick up and go to. What I can say about Sensual Instinct is that it smells very classy. It has a money-like feel to it, like a money-like aspect to it. So if you're somebody who likes fragrances that feel pretty rich and give like that upper type of feel, I feel like Sensual Instinct is one of those fragrances. I feel like Sensual Instinct is one of those fragrances you may get a lot of compliments on because it is different and it does have a nice level of depth to it. Okay, so for Sensual Instinct, I wasn't able to find the direct notes of it, but on the website it says Sensual Instinct invites you to let your primitive instinct take over, a lush, warm, and dense fragrance that combines vibrant notes of roasted coffee with the mysteries of rose and creates a praline balance of mesmerizing sensuality. So I'm noticing a trend with most of my fall-like fragrances that I have. There's that coffee note in it, and I really love that. I love the smell of coffee, and I love how it makes me feel. Like, the thought of being in a cafe that smells basically like coffee beans, it makes me excited. So to have fragrances like that, it just kind of brings me back to moments like that, or it just makes me feel cozy. But Sensual Instinct is one of those fragrances that I have high on my list of favorites. So let's jump into the next fragrance. And that is going to be from Fleur. This is actually the mist, but they actually do have a perfume version of this scent. So this is Vanilla Skin, and I just love this scent. This scent is so sweet, but I feel like it's so balanced. And this is a good one. I also feel like this was one of the ones that was very affordable. I feel like the mist of this is very strong, so I can only imagine what the actual perfume is like, because spraying this, I smell this pretty much all day on me, and I don't usually touch up at all when I wear this mist. So some mists that I've had have been so weak, like after probably not even an hour, I don't really smell it that much. But this, whenever I spray it throughout the day, I'm continuing to smell it. So the notes are actually on the bottle, which I love, and the olfactive family is gourmand, which I absolutely definitely agree. And the top notes are pink pepper, pink apple, sugar crystals. The heart notes are lily, jasmine petals, cashmere wood, and the base notes are benzoin, vanilla, sandalwood, and agarwood. Even with me having this fragrance in the spring and summer, I don't think I had it last winter and fall. I have been using this fragrance. I really enjoy it. It's very sweet, and I love the strength of this mist. Okay, you guys, let's get into the last fragrance. So this is House of Siage's Cream Chiffon. I have not actually used this a lot, but I have had it, and I just thought, like, why haven't I used this as much? Because I actually do like this fragrance, and I feel like it will go so well with the notes of fall. So this fragrance does have a little bit of that powderiness to it when I wear it, but it also has like a lightweight sweetness to it. It's not overbearing. I feel like this is a very classy twist on a gourmand. So House of Siage, I absolutely love their bottles. I love the craftsmanship in their bottles. I just felt like it would be nice to pull this out and use in this time. I feel like this is one that I more so like to layer because of how light it is, but this is definitely given that classiness. It definitely does have like that, not really mysterious, but it does have like an intriguing aspect to it. And I feel like I have not come across fragrances that really smell like this. It does kind of give me a little bit of a pastry-like feel as far as the scent, but it's not strong and overbearing like a lot of scents and fragrances are that cater to like that decadent gourmand like feel. This is very soft. I feel like if you are somebody who likes a lot of clean fragrances, but you want to kind of like dip into the gourmands, this I feel like would be a nice gourmand because it's not so strong and not so overbearing. And I feel like it has a kind of, it's just like a light, airy but decadent aspect to it. So it's not like some gourmands that I've come across that it's just straight gourmand and it's strong and it's in your face. I do know that Cream Chiffon does say that it's limited edition, but I've actually had mine for a while. I want to say almost a year or close to a year, and it's still on the website. It also actually right now is on sale, so if you can catch it while it's on sale at a very good price, I would say go for it if you want to try it. House of Siage, I love that they have a lot of notes in their different fragrances, but because there are so many, it was kind of hard for me to kind of pinpoint how they smell without actually smelling it. But when this one came in, I was pretty pleased with it. And so it is classified online as a sweet gourmand. The top notes are bitter orange, brown sugar, STT, grapefruit. The heart notes are olibanum, benzoin, heliotrope. The base notes are whipped vanilla, white musk, and Haitian vetiver. But I'm excited to use it for this fall season because of that cozy aspect. And I feel like it's standing out now for a reason. Like I've had it, but I haven't really been grabbing it as of these past few months. But I saw it and I was like, this would be perfect for me to start wearing again around this time. So that is the fragrances that I have to show you guys as far as this fall season and what I am wearing and the fragrances that I am getting into and giving attention to again. I hope that you enjoyed it and that at least one of these fragrances, hopefully you like them. I am a gourmand girl, so all of these are pretty much gourmands. Actually, most of my collection is gourmands, but that is what makes me happy. That's what feels natural on me as far as fragrance and what I seem to enjoy in my collection. And I feel like gourmands really go well with my body chemistry. It's very few gourmands that I smell that is like absolutely no, I don't want to do this. But I am going to end this video. I thank you so much for watching. Be sure to watch any other videos on my channel that interest you, and have a great day. Bye.